Across time and continents, humans have asked the same haunting question: what happens after we die? Whether through epic myths, sacred scriptures, or elaborate burial rites, cultures around the world have imagined the afterlife in wildly different ways. Today, we're exploring how ancient civilizations and world religions have understood death, the soul, and what lies beyond the grave. Belief in life after death isn't a modern invention. It's deeply rooted in human history. Research across 35 countries shows that a majority of adults say there is definitely or probably life after death, though the specifics vary by region, religion, and culture. This suggests that belief in an afterlife is one of the most widespread human ideas, though not everyone imagines it the same way. Ancient Egypt is one of the most elaborate examples. Egyptians believed the afterlife was a spiritual journey, a realm known as the Duat, filled with gods, trials, and transformation. The dead were judged by Osiris, the god of the underworld. The heart of the deceased was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, symbolizing truth and justice, to determine worthiness for the eternal field of reeds. To prepare, Egyptians practiced mummification and placed treasures in tombs, guided by the Book of the Dead, a collection of spells meant to help the soul navigate the afterlife. In Mesopotamia, one of the world's earliest civilizations, the afterlife was far more somber. The underworld, called Kur, was envisioned as a shadowy realm deep beneath the earth, where souls lived in a bleak existence regardless of moral conduct in life. Burial quality influenced how well the dead fared. Sumptuous burials could bring special favors, while poorly buried individuals faced nothingness. Greek ideas blended myth and philosophy. Early myths described Hades, a shadowy underworld ruled by the god Hades. Later thinkers, like Plato, proposed that the immortal soul underwent judgment and could be reborn based on virtue or vice, foreshadowing ideas of moral recompense. In Norse belief, the afterlife varied by fate and status. Warriors might go to Valhalla, feast with Odin, while others went to Hel, a more neutral realm. These beliefs weren't uniform. Different tribes and regions had their own traditions, but they always placed importance on how a person lived and how they died. Christianity centers on judgment after death. The righteous enter heaven, those who reject salvation face hell, and some traditions, like Catholicism, teach of purgatory, a transitional purification state. Heaven is envisioned as eternal communion with God, shaped by centuries of theological reflection and scripture. In Islam, Akhirah, the afterlife, begins with resurrection on the Day of Judgment. Good deeds lead to Jannah, paradise, while wrongdoers face Jahannam, hell. Islamic belief emphasizes accountability and moral responsibility for one's actions. Hindu traditions focus on samsara, the cycle of death and rebirth, where the soul's next life depends on karma. Liberation from this cycle, moksha, is the ultimate spiritual goal. This concept shaped South Asian afterlife thought for millennia. Like Hinduism, Buddhism teaches cyclic rebirth but emphasizes escape from suffering through nirvana. Death is part of impermanence, not an end, but a step towards spiritual liberation. Some cultures, like Tibetan Buddhists, have complex rituals, such as the Tibetan Book of the Dead, guiding consciousness through the transition. Traditional Chinese beliefs synthesize Confucian, Taoist, and Buddhist ideas. Reincarnation and ancestor veneration play major roles. Ancestors are believed to continue influencing the living and receive offerings to ensure their peace. Celebrations like Qingming reflect this enduring relationship between the living and the dead. Indigenous views vary widely. Many Native American groups see death as a transition into the spirit world where harmony with nature persists. Australian Aboriginal traditions link life and death through dreamtime, where ancestors remain part of the land itself. In these contexts, death isn't a final fate, but part of a continuing spiritual fabric, Modern research finds belief in life after death remains strong worldwide, though its content, reincarnation, ancestral influence, or heaven and hell, varies significantly between cultures, religions, and even individuals. Anthropologists also note that beliefs about afterlife shape how societies deal with death, grief, and moral behavior, offering emotional and social frameworks that help people cope with loss. From Osiris's judgment hall to the cycle of samsara, from ancestral spirits to eternal paradise, humanity has never lacked ways to imagine what happens after we die. These beliefs reveal as much about how cultures understand life as they do about death.